Hello everyone, this is R. Suresh Kumar, working as Assistant Professor, Institute of Aeronautical Engineering, Hyderabad. So today's topic lecture is regarding the types of the canals. In the irrigation topic, the types of the canals is very very important for the irrigation purpose or any other purpose for the drinking, domestic purpose, power generation like that. So we have to discuss today a small topic regarding the types of the canal, how the canals can be bifurcated. Let us see that one types of the canal. As based on the different type of the bifurcations is also there. But first of all, they have to be classification based on the sizes or discharges. The major sizes of the canals can be bifurcated as the main canal. So main canal is the canal is the largest canal of the system. It takes directly from the headworks. General headworks means directly a reservoir, whatever it is, can be collected. So generally there are two main canals, each taking up from the either sides of the So next, sometimes there is the two or more canals also either side of the main canals. No direct irrigation is normally done in the main canal. Main canal, once the main canal which is taking up from the reservoir, whatever it is. So that is the main canal. What is meant by branch canal? In this branch canal, okay, a branch canal is a canal of taking from the main canal and discharge capacity of the branch canal usually in the 5 cumecs can be taken. So no direct irrigation is also done from the branch canal also. There is a main canal is there and the branch canal is also which is from the main canal. So that is the one to one the bifurcation is done. So our irrigation purpose we are using is a major distributary. What is meant of major distributary? The major distributary is nothing but it is also the taking of the main canal. A branch canal is to any other distributary and supplies of the water to the minor distributors and the water courses. The discharge capacity is in between the 0.25 to 5 cumecs of the discharge from this major distributary canals. So okay. Next, these are the some of the diagram which have to be understand. There is the head regulator is there, which is water comes and water comes here, and this can be branch canals, and this is a main canal and a cross section, and here is the major distributary from the branch canal, main canal to branch canal to major distributary canal, major distributary to the minor distributary canal. Again it can be field channel. The field channel is actually small canal which is direct irrigation of the fields. So that is the process which collected from this reservoir to main canal, main to branch canal, and major distributed to minor distribution of the canals from the head regulators. The cross regulators will be provided here to comes here the regulator to regulate the water from the main canal to branch canal. So that is the to control the canal of the water capacity. So this is the diagram which is already understand how the major distribution canals can be bifurcated. So minor distributary. What is my minor distributary? In the minor distributary is the distributary canal which is also taking off from the main canal, and branch canal. A branch canal or any other distributary supplies of the water from the water courses. But the discharge capacity usually in between the 0.25 cumecs. In the previously what we discussed, in the major distributary, the discharge capacity is in between the 0.25 to 5. Here the discharge capacity will be the 0.25 cumecs. Next, water courses. What are the water courses? Water courses are the small channels which taking off from the branch canal. A major distributary or the minor distributary are supplied of the agricultural fields. Next, the water courses are owned. constructed and maintained by the cultivators. That is the water course. Water course nothing but a field channel. A small water courses can be used minor distributary canals which is supplied to the agricultural fields directly from the water courses or field channels. Field channels means a small canals which is inside, which is used for the irrigation for the fields. That is the water courses. Next, classification based on alignment. Classification based on the alignment. In previous, we had to discuss the discharge, how the water can be comes. Discharge capacity can be bifurcated. Here, the next one is the classification based on alignment. The classification based on the alignment is nothing but following watershed or ridge canal. Ridge canal is very important. Ridge canal is nothing but a ridge can be provided along all the watershed of the canals. So as far as the possible, the ridge canal aligned of the ridge canal so that it can be irrigate and both sides of the ridge of the gravity, for hence it has the large command area for the cultivation. It is called it as ridge canal. Ridge can be provided in the longest area which is along with the watershed. Then it can be divided into catchment areas of the two sides can be also be streams, the watershed or ridge. So watershed canals are the suitable for the plants of the flat areas, which is where the slopes are relatively flat and uniformly areas can be suited for the ridge canals. And here the watershed canals have the minimum number of cross drainage works because of the drainage originate from the ridge and so does not cross the canal. Next one is the water. This is the ridge canal. Ridge canal is which is the in between the two rivers. Here is the one river is also there, and it is also another rivers is also there. So based on this one, the ridge canal can be provided here in between watershed. From based on the watershed only, it is comes from the canal of the main canal. So that is the ridge type of the provided along with the watershed. This is the ridge type of the canal. Next, next contour canal. So what is meant by contours? A contouring is nothing but the where the hilly areas, sloping areas, sloping how the agricultural can be done. So in the sloping areas is also the canals can be provided for the. So the canals can be aligned most parallel to the contours terrain, and also the contours canals can be exactly parallel to the contouring and required to some drop at the bed level of the have the longitudinal slope required for the gravity of the flow. A contour canal can be irrigated only one side. Why? Because let us have to see the here contouring here the one in hilly areas one side is there, another canal is provided, again it can be another slope is there, and also it can be canal is provided, and like that. So in this hilly area the slopes will be slantly slowly down, and then only it can be separately can be canals can be provided. Here it is the given different type of the contouring of the levels, which is given different type of the levels, which is the hilly areas, how the areas can be done. So this is the major the contouring of the canals. So let us what is the use of this contouring? In this, as I told, the hilly areas the water requirement will be provided, and the fields it can be useful for this contouring type of the canals. Next one is side sloped canals. In this side slopes canals is aligned into the right angle to the contours, because the drainage is also run right angles to the contour, and here see that one a side slope canal does not normally intercept drainage, therefore no cross drainage works is provided. Here let us see that one diagram is easy to understand. Here the level of 950 and 900. The ground of the contours level like that. The side slopes will be the provided here. Each of the canal will be separated separately can be taken. It can be irrigated only by the one side. The side slope channel is nothing but the side, one side can be provided the alignment of the right angles to the contour. Please, slope canals is not normally intercept and drainage, therefore no cross drainage works can be provided here. So that is the only irrigated only the one side. Let us see classification based on canal surfaces. What are the surfaces can be provided? In the classification based on the canal surfaces, these are classified into following type. What are the? First one is lined canal and second one is unlined canal. What is meant by lined canal and what is meant by unlined canal? In the lined canal is nothing but the area in the banks, the area in the, can be surfaces can be lined impervious materials, and also the side slopes can be prevent the seepage of the water, and also lined canals high velocity can be permitted, and hence the cross areas of the cross area is also the less due to the discharge will be also be increase. So it is the very useful and it can be provided. Those are the construction nearby the construction of the irrigation structures. Compulsory the surroundings will be you have to be provided, whether it is small culverts and whatever it is the small bridges, you have to be provided the side for reducing the line can be provided, whether it is stone or maybe sometimes it may be provided with the concreting also. So let us see that one. This is also concrete lining is provided here, the canal lining. One concrete lining is there provided here. All these their sides, one side is their side, one bank, another bank. This one is very useful. Why? Because in this concrete lining, the seepage and any other can be reduced, and it can be the water cannot be wasted, and it can be totally utilized here, and the discharge capacity is also due to the non-wasting of the water, discharge also increases. That is the canal lining of the concrete lining. Maybe some of the stone pitching is provided in some areas. Let us the unlined canal. See in the diagram, in the unlined canal is the canal. It is the one which has the surface of the natural the material through which is constructed, and it is not provided with the lining on his surface. There are further two types. So unlined canal, let us see the diagram. It is very irregularities provided, and it can be scoring here. It may be increases and here also in future due to of the flow. It may in this side is also maybe increases. So based on this one, the seepage is also losses here. So this is the generally it can be cannot be provided unlined canal in the small type of the canal, but in the major we have to be provided for the useful for the lined canal. This is the unlined canal of the example for the unlined canal. So let us see another one. This can be also bifurcated into two types, which is alluvial canals. What is meant by alluvial canals? These canals are also constructed as throughout the alluvial soil. Alluvial is deposit on the rivers. What is alluvial soils are? Inherent of the soils of the mud particles can be deposit in the bottom. It can easily score and as well as deposit here in the bottom side. But these canals are designed so that there is neither scoring nor silting. Neither scoring or nor silting. The velocity of this is quite low. Why? Because it can be seepage or any other losses. The alignment is not correct. So some of the reasons it is the alluvial soils. Therefore, the cross-sectional area also be large due to the irregularities. Next to non-alluvial canals. What is the non-alluvial canals? All non-alluvial canals is the canals. These canals are constructed through the hard soils or the disintegrated of the rocks. This can be provided in the bottom since the canal surface is also hard. So it is the providing at the bottom. Here the alluvial stones can be provided So hard rocks, from the hard rocks it can be provided. Due to the water is flowing that the canal surface, arch core normal does not occur. Hence the velocity of the canal will be. Why? Because velocity increases. The sides will be the also provided with the side pitching of the stone pitching. So based on this one, it can be protected with the seepage losses or any other losses. It can be protected. So this is the very good example for the non-alluvial type of the canals. Next one is, what are the advantages of the canal lining? What are the advantages of canal lining? In this canal lining, it prevents the water seepage through the surfaces of the canal, helping in the privileging the water logging. So prevents the water logging. So here advantages of the canal lining. Advantages of the canal lining. In these advantages of canal lining, how we have to provide it? Prevents the water seepage through the surface of the canal. So prevent the water seepage in the sides of the banks. It can be easily, loss in the sides will be, as I told, the losses will be the bottom, where the sides will be provided. It can be seepage of the water from the bottom can be prevented. That is the one of the best example for the advantages of the canal lining. It helps to prevent water logging. Water logging, staying of the water in some areas logged from the, it can be also be useful. Next, it increases the discharge carrying the capacity of channel. How the discharge capacity increases? The discharge capacity increases due to of that one. Why? Because the seepage, the losses of the canal, will be the less. Automatically the sides will be protected in that one. So automatically the discharge will be also be increases without any losses. Minor losses will be done, but here the losses will be the very less, and hence it can be increases the velocity of the channel. Our discharge capacity will be the increase. Next point, increasing the channel of the life and reduce the maintenance of the cost. How the maintenance of cost? Why? Because as we we have to discuss in the previous slides, what is that the stone pitching is provided, but is protected, unprotected, or the lining or canal, it is lining, unlined canal. Let us see that one unlined canal difference is done. The losses will be the less here, and discharge will be capacity also. Then we discuss. But here also losses will be the more. It is due to the irregularities and the storing of the water and the infiltration, evaporation like that. So it is also be some of the losses can be provided here in this one. That is the main. So next, increase the life of the reduced maintenance cost. Increase the gross area under the cultivation. Automatically the losses will be decreases. Automatically the growing of the cultivation or discharge will be the more. Automatically the more area will be cultivated without losing of the water. So that is the main advantage of the increasing the advantage of the canal lining. Next, silting preventing as velocity is increased. Here the previously unlined canal, what happens? The storing and mud particles will be stagnated there. The discharge will be the less. It cannot to flow of the water freely. So that's why here silting of the prevent. If it is lined canal, it can be water can be flowed it is freely, and it can be without any obstructions. The water can be flowed and increase the gross area of the velocity is also increased, as we discussed in the previous. Prevents the reduce the weed growth and wastage of the sides of the grass of the can be also be decreased. This is also one of the reducing of the velocities. Okay. Next, increase available heat for the power generation due to the flatter gradient. Okay, the power generation is also used for the availability of the head. The availability of the head means the water is fully available here without any losses. It can be provided or the. So these are the advantages in briefly. Okay, next one is the disadvantage. Let us see the disadvantages. Here the disadvantage is there. The canal heavy initial investment is required and difficult to heavy investment required. Why? Because we are going to provide some investee amount for the lining of this stone pitching or concrete lining, whatever it is we are going to be providing as previously we know. So based on for this one for alignment of some area which is near the construction of the hydraulic structure, so it can be also some invest the money for this construction, all those things. Yeah, next that is the one disadvantage. Disadvantage is also there, but it is very useful. Then next, difficult to shift the outline lining the permanent. This is the one of the disadvantage. Next, difficult to repair the damaging lining. So difficult lining will be the difficult to how the line will be difficult to manage things. Next one is classification based on purpose. So the classification based on the purposes. Here the classification based on purposes, where the canals can be classified. The first one is very important, irrigation canals. In the irrigation canal, these type of the canals particularly can be used for the irrigation. For the irrigation purpose, they are to be designed. That is the irrigation. Next, power canals. In this type of the canals, is the power canal is one which is constructed for carrying the water for hydropower generation. It is also called hydel type of the canal. Hydel type. Hydel means the water which is the acquired the power generation from the water due to the turbines. So that is the power canals. Next, the third one is navigation canal. In this navigation canal is nothing but a navigation canal is constructed, is provided to inland navigation. So the small ships can be also be streams can be ply over this canal. These type of the canals we called as navigation. Navigation purpose one way shifting of materials, maybe tourism is also be used for the navigation purpose where the canals can be used. That is the navigation of the canals. Next one is water supply canal. So what is the water supply canal? These type of the canals can be used for the water supplying provided. This can be used provided only for the water supply, drinking purposes, and industrial purposes, domestic or industrial purpose. We are used for potable water. These type of the canals will be called as water type of the canal. Next one is feeder canal. Feeder canal nothing but the canal which is give the feeder for another canal. So this type of for suppose one canal is there, another canal which is attached from this one, the water can be flow one canal to another canal to feed or can be increase the discharges. So we called as command area the canal increasing the discharge for the on particular area to increasing the agricultural fields. That is called the feeder type of the canals. Next, carriage canals. What do you mean by carriage canals? A carriage canal is a canal which is water another canal does not also used for the irrigation purpose. Next, multi-purpose canal. A multi-purpose canal is the canal. It can be used for two or more purposes such as the irrigation and water supply, hydropower and navigation. So as we see that these are the all purpose can be multi-purpose. We also called multi-purpose water canals. All above we discussed above fulfill here the multi-purpose of the canal. It can be used for power generation also. It can be used for water can be drinking and industrial also, and as well as the irrigation purposes also for cultivation. So we type of called multi type of the purpose of the canal. Next, classification of financial returns. Financial return. Here the financial return means here the classification of productive canals and productive canals. Here the what is about productive? What is about productive? So these productive canals is constructed as the areas most of the growth of the families. These These canals cannot give any revenue of the state. These are the only for used for any other supplying the water only. So it cannot be cannot contains any of the revenue from these canals of the government. Next, productive canals. In the productive canals, these are the such canals which the yield revenue to the state fully are developed. So this is from revenue which is comes from the due to the collecting the water tax from the whatever it is, the municipal tax or any other drinking purpose, industrial purpose, what we are going to supply as per the bill we are paying this can be income to the government and municipalities also. So the productive canal is the revenue cover the maintenance, running cost, the minimum rate is equal to 6 to 8% of the initial cost. The entire cost is recovers 12 to 16 years. So the construction in above will be collected from the whatever supplying of the requirement, and they will supply and also collect some amount from these persons. Those are required. So these are the types of the canal, and hope you understand this lecture, and thank you. Thank you so much.
Like, share and subscribe. Hit the bell icon for more updates.